Welcome to the top 10 most pulled comic books for October 16, 2024. I'm Mike Spiderslayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content and you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, guys, you came to the right place. Today we're going to be talking about the comics that people are most excited about. And where do I get this data from? Of course, guys, I get it from LeagueOfComicGeeks.com, a great site to let you know which comic books are coming out each week. It's absolutely for free, and it's awesome because you can create your own pull list, whether it's weekly, monthly, however you want to do it. And these are the books that people most excited about based off of this website only. Remember, it's not definitive sales. Just what people are excited about. So with that being said, let's get started with this week's episode. So every week we start with the books that are on the outside looking in, and there's 5 of them. And this debuts right here for the first time, Batman and Robin Year 1. This is issue 1. It's a 32-page comic for the price of $4. This book has 3,211 pulls. This is written by Mark Waid, which he is writing a lot of DC stuff. He seems to be the man in command these days when it comes to DC Comics. And you have Chris Samney, who does the artwork. I love his artwork. I think it's absolutely awesome. He did a Daredevil run, which I really liked, and then he also did the Firepower series, which I really liked as well. I think this could be a cool series for a lot of people. Are you guys excited for it? Let me know in the comments below. Our second book that's on the outside looking in goes to Destro Issue 5. This is the mini-series finale. For $4, you get 28 pages, and this is the last comic book before G.I. Joe issue 1 launches. So get ready for that, guys. Hopefully you're excited for it. This has 3,219 pulls. It's written by Dan Waters, and the artwork is done by Andrea Bresson. Now, when it comes to this series overall, I think it's been solid. I think Scarlet was the worst one. This one just has a pretty decent story, but it has not had a lot of action in it, right? I do like seeing the history of the Destro clan and the mask and just the family that he comes from. The war between the twins is pretty interesting, right? And so there's been good elements. I just wish it had, again, a little bit more action. But this is it, man. The last issue before G.I. Joe issue 1 launches. Our third book that's on the outside looking in goes to the Department of Truth. This is issue 26. For $4, you get 32 pages of content here. This book does have 3,796 pulls, written by James Tynion IV. The art is done by Allison Sampson. I haven't read Department of Truth in a long time, so let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. It looks like that this story does have to deal with Marilyn Monroe. So is she a ghost? I guess so. Does someone have to hunt her? Like, I have no idea what this comic is about. But if you're still digging it, like I said, let me know. Our fourth book that's on the outside looking in goes to the Spectacular Spider-Man issue 8. This is it, guys. This is the arc that's going to determine if I continue to read this or not. I'm giving it a hell of a try, let me tell you. This book is 32 pages for the price of $4. It does have 3,915 pulls. It's written by Greg Wiseman, and the art is done by Corey Smith in this book. So just letting you know, Humberto Ramos is not doing this issue. I don't know if he's taking a break for a while or if he's no longer the artist. I'm not 100% sure, but what's going to happen in this one is you're going to get an old evil that resurfaces. So how do our heroes take on this evil? I don't know. Who is this evil? I don't know. Is this story going to be any good? I don't know. So we'll see when it comes out. Our final book that's on the outside looking in goes to Catwoman issue 69. DC all in. This is the time to jump on Catwoman. For $4, you're going to get 32 pages of story. This book has 3,916 pulls, written by Torun Grumbick. She's the one, I think, that currently writes the Venom series, which to me is not very good. And then we have Fabiana Masculo, who does the artwork. So it looks like someone is chasing after Catwoman. Her life is being threatened. What's the overall grand scheme of this story? You'll have to read it to find out. Are you all in with DC's Catwoman? Officially now, we're kicking off the top 10. And number 10 goes to Wolverine issue 2. I don't know, maybe I think this book should be a little bit higher. The legacy numbering is $394. You get 28 pages for the price of $5. It is a little pricey. The pull on this, though, is $5,299. Kind of jumps quite a bit when you come from the outside looking into this number 10. It's written by Saladin Ahmed. The art is done by Martin Cuculo, who does a great job on this book. I thought it looked beautiful. It looks like Wolverine's going to be doing battle against a Wendigo. I mean, we've seen that a bunch of times. So what is going to be really different in the long term when it comes to Saladin Ahmed's run? I thought the first issue was interesting, how we got reintroduced to the villain there, and then he had some like gold adamantium or something like that. It left you with a cool cliffhanger, and hopefully the story continues to develop. Saladin Ahmed's writing is not my favorite, so let me know in the comments below. Are you on board, or did you jump off after issue 1? Grabbing on that number 9 spot, which I also think should be higher, is Green Lantern issue 16. It's a great book. The legacy numbering here is 583. It's 32 pages for the price of $5. This book has 5,639 pulls. We're starting to jump pretty good here. If you read the whole Civil Core special, the one-shot, it told you a lot of story on kind of what's going on, and the Green Lantern issue here kind of continues off of that. So something happened really insane to Kilowog in the last issue, and the same with Mogo as well. So I'm on board with this comic book. I think it's great. It's written by Jeremy Adams, and the art is done by Zermanico, if that's how I say his name. But really great stuff. I haven't been disappointed when it comes to Green Lantern yet. Snagging the 8th spot this week, we have Titans issue 16. It's 32 pages for $4. I think a lot of people like Titans because I watched Teen Titans when I was younger, and I also watched the original Titans cartoon on Cartoon Network, and I think a lot of us are familiar with the Titans. There's a TV show, so they've been really pushing it, so I think people, want to like this comic book, and this is the perfect time for it. It's DC all in, right? 32 pages, $4. This book has 5,794 pulls. It's written by John Layman, and the art is done by Pete Woods. Now, the last great thing that I read from John Layman was his series of Chew. It was an Image comic book about a detective who ate things to find out where they came from, and he was a detective. So think about it. You had murders, he would take a bite of the person, and he would find out how they're murdered. Great freaking story, dude. So hopefully he writes a great Titans comic book. I fell off of Tom Taylor's run at the end of it because I didn't like it. Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue 25 takes on that number 7 spot this week, as we get to see Miles Morales is almost out of control as he's dealing with his vampiric bloodlust, okay? And it looks like Black Panther is going to try to help him, and he might get this whole new suit, and could be for a fun little story here. I've overall enjoyed Miles Morales Spider-Man from Cody Ziegler. I think he's done a bang-up job. And the great thing about this is if you've been reading Deadpool, there is a promise here of Miles Morales kind of crossing over with the Deadpool storyline, and it's actually hinted at that there's going to be a bonus story leading up to things to come when it comes to these two. So that's pretty awesome right there. So legacy numbering here is 307. It's 28 pages for $5. This book does have 5,866 pulls. Like I said earlier, it's written by Cody Ziegler, and the beautiful artwork in here is done by Federico Vincentini. So if you guys are enjoying Miles Morales Spider-Man issue 25, of course, let me know in the comments below. Right outside the top 5, coming in at number 6, we got Wonder Woman. This is issue 14. Steve Trevor's last stand and the birth of a hero. Another DC all-in masterpiece? I don't know. We'll have to read it and find out. Legacy numbering 814, 40 pages for the price of $5. This is the first appearance of Lizzie Prince from Earth Zero. This book does have 6,290 pulls. It's continued to be written by Tom King. Are you guys still all in? The art continues to be done by Daniel Sampree. Now, I don't know if this truly continues the whole Sovereign storyline or not. I would think we're done with that, but who knows at this point? I'm really on the fence about Wonder Woman. Should I buy it or shouldn't I? Should I just stick with Absolute? Let me know in the comments below. Here we go, the top 5. I feel like we got some heavy hitters in the top 5 this week. And coming in at number 5, we have Uncanny XMen. This is issue 4. Legacy numbering 704. 28 pages for the price of $5. This book has 8,300 pulls. People seem to be digging the Uncanny X-Men series. I think there's a lot of different storylines going on in this comic book. You got the old mutants, you got these new mutants. I think it's kind of cool. You got Gail Simone who's writing it, Dave Marquez who does the artwork, which I think he's a phenomenal artist, and it looks like this could be centered around Rogue, and she's dealing against maybe this dark forces. I don't know. And they're also dealing with this whole, what's her name? I forgot that bad guy's character, Cornelia Ellis or whatever her name is, of taking over the mansion. There's just a lot of stuff going on in this series right now, but I think it's gonna be promising. I think this, out of all the X books, I think is going to be the best one. That's where the way it's shaping out for me. Do you guys agree? Disagree? Let me know. Grabbing onto that number 4 spot, and I feel like this is a very, very crucial time for this comic book. This one goes to Action Comics issue 1071. Remember, guys, this book is now weekly. So you're going to get 40 pages for the price of $5. If you're going to want to spend money, you got to hope for the story to be really good, because this book is going to cost you $20 a month, right? This book has 8,808 pulls, so just slightly better than Uncanny X-Men. It's written by Mark Waid, and Clayton Henry does the artwork in this comic book. You're also going to get a Supergirl story in here, done by Marco Tamaki, and the art is done by Skylar Patridge. I read the last issue. I thought it was great. Do I think it's worth a book that's, I don't know, weekly? I'm not sure. I really am not sure. That's why I want to hear in the comments below, what do you guys think of Action Comics coming out each week? Are you that big of a Superman fan where you're going to keep picking it up? Here we go, getting closer to number 1. We're at number 3. We got Batman, Superman, World's Finest, issue 32. This book still holds strong. It has 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 9,009 pulls. Once again, written by Mark Waid. The man is on fire at DC. I know people have their things about him, but you can't deny what he's doing at DC Comics right now. The art is done by Adrian Golateris. Different artist in here. So this story has to do with Eclipso and his reign of terror rages on. Now, I have not read World's Finest in quite some time. I fell off of that Batmite stuff, so I'm no longer reading this comic book, but damn, that cover looks pretty darn cool. If you're still reading World's Finest, let me know in the comment section below. Oh, we're so close to number 1 right now. Who's gonna get number 2? Who's gonna get number 1? Number 2 this week goes to Nightwing issue 118. The legacy numbering here is 305. 32 pages for the price of $5. This is it. This is the conclusion to Tom Taylor's run. Some people might be sad. Some people might be jumping up and down for joy. Let me know in the comments below, guys. This book has 11,965 pulls. Nothing to sneeze at, right? People want to see the conclusion. What's going to happen to Heartless? Is he going to die? Is he going to live? Is he going to run away? Does Tom Taylor have it in him to kill this villain? I don't know, but he's been on this book for quite some time. We're coming to the end, and then we're going to get a new writer on Nightwing. So once Tom Taylor leaves, are you guys jumping on or jumping off? So remember, guys, after number 1, we are not done, as I'm going to talk about Spider Slayer's sleeper pick. This is the book where I think you might want to check out, and it's not on this list. But number 1 this week, and I feel like it is the new champion. There's going to be something that has to be better to knock this out. It's Ultimate Spider-Man. This is issue 10, number 1. Once again, 28 pages for the price of $5. This book has 15,434 pulls, written by Jonathan Hickman, and the art is done by David Messina. So now Giacchetto is not going to be doing the artwork on this issue and the next issue after that. So just letting you guys know that, but I don't think you guys care. I think you guys really enjoy the story here, and it looks like Ben Parker and J. Jonah Jameson are going to take the stage in this story arc right here, and they're going to do some investigation of things that are going on in the city. So do they get in some trouble? I don't know. You'll have to read it to find out. But I am so excited that Ultimate Spider-Man is number 1 once again. And now it's time for Spider Slayer's sleeper pick, and this week's sleeper pick winds up going to Flash Gordon issue 3, done by Mad Cave Studios. This comic is absolutely awesome. This book is $5. The pull on this one is only 741. I don't know how many of you guys out there have read Flash Gordon issue 1 and issue 2, but it's written by Jeremy Adams, the same guy that wrote Flash, the same guy that writes freaking Green Lantern. So I think you should pick this book up, as we've gotten to see Flash be captured, trying to escape a planet death and come face to face with his nemesis Ming. An absolutely gorgeous looking comic book, like I said, and this is something that I don't even think you need to be a Flash Gordon fan to truly understand and get. It's just a fun comic book to read. So there you have it, webheads. There are the top 10 most pulled comic books for October 16, 2024. Are any of these books get you excited? Are there books that you're excited about that are not in this top 10? Let me know all that stuff in the comments below. And if you love the content, there's always more content right here for you to click on. In fact, this is after the pull where I review the rest of the comic books for the entire comic book week. And also, don't forget about top 10 comic book covers of the week. I was going to say the year, where you can vote on your favorite comic book cover of the week, and that's a lot of fun as well. So as always, guys, remember, support the local comic shops, keep buying, keep collecting, but always read your comics so we can have great comic conversation. Guys, I'll see you on New Comic Book Day.